Yes, Mrs. Lama, go ahead, please. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm trying to share my presentation. I don't know whether you can see it or not.
Yeah, we can. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know whether you have started talking because we cannot hear your voice.
But no, I haven't actually.
Okay, okay.
I was waiting for you to give me the signal.
Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so hello again, dear colleagues. Again, happy Ramadan to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us for this special event. This is our 8th monthly event on the topic of premium education apps, Kahoot and Quizlet. Before we present or we introduce our speakers, let me remind you that these webinars are organized by the U-innovate Steering Committee, composed of Mrs. Camilla Zargati, ELT Inspector in the region of Monastir, Mr. Habib Sherni, ELT Inspector from Cape Area, Mr. Kamal Sheikh, ELT Inspector in Medellin, and myself, Lema Atri, ELT Inspector, Manuba and Tunis 1. And I think that by now you're familiar with the housekeeping rules for our attendees. We would like to remind you, please, to keep your microphones muted during the presentation to avoid any interference. Use the chat box to write your questions. And at the end, we're going to give you the floor to, interact with our speakers, share your comments, ask questions, etc. Let us also remind you that to get an attendance, the certificate of attendance, you need to take a very short quiz, which will be open for 3 days.
Okay.
We share that in the chat box at the end of the webinar. Okay, our first speaker, actually, this webinar is presented by 2 distinguished speakers. The first one is Mrs. Saida Daly, EFL teacher in Jerba. She holds, should you, excuse me, Sikamate.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you introduce Mrs. Saida since you are working together?
It's okay, no problem. Go ahead. Do you have a question you mean, or?
No, I'm saying, what if you introduce Mrs. Daly?
It's okay. So Mrs. Daly is an EFL teacher in the area of Midun, Jerba, of course, and she holds a TKT certificate from the British Council. She's a very active teacher as well in civil society. And she co-animates a club for young learners in her school with her colleagues in the school. So she's most welcome, and I'd like to thank her, as well as many thanks to her colleague Si Hassan, who is currently working in KSA as a university lecturer. And he is a holder of a master degree in learning technologies and currently working on the same theme for his as a doctoral researcher. I mean, so both of them are most welcome, and thank you very much for accepting willingly to be our presenters today. So this is just a small introduction, but please, I need to wish our colleague Sil Habib Sherni a prompt recovery, because he is not feeling well with his family, and we wish him a prompt recovery, and we hope that
recovery.
I haven't known that just a few moments before the session. I hope that he will recover soon. And I hope that our colleague, Mrs. Orgati, joins us in the next few minutes. That's it. So shall we give
Okay, I'm going
mic
to
our
stop
speakers.
sharing my screen.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to welcome our colleague from the University of Medellin, Mrs. Dami. Okay, so I can see her name, and she is also very active, and she helps us with the sharing of our posters. Mrs. Dami, good afternoon.
Everyone. Happy Ramadan for all. Hi, Hassan. How are you?
Thank you.
It has been too long.
Yeah. So I guess that Si Hassan brought you to the session.
No, it's you and not Hassan. I saw the announcement on your page.
Yeah, okay. Welcome, most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
It's
Good
a
luck.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So, Mrs. Lema, could you just again, please? Yeah, okay. Now over to you, Madam Saida Deli. Please go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, let me start by sharing my
I'll
screen.
keep an eye on admissions, and Mrs. Lema is going to help me as well to admit colleagues.
Yeah,
At the same time, I'm going to keep an eye on the chat box. So if you have questions, you may just type them in or delay them till the end of the session. And we are not going to imprison you for a long time today. Maybe, I guess, 1 hour because of Ramadan. And I know that most of you, so ladies, will be busy in the kitchen later on. So,
and
over
even
to
the
you, Madam
gentlemen,
Deli.
they're going to help, right?
Yeah,
Even gentlemen,
sure.
they're going to help.
Yeah, I think
Don't
so.
forget to
Yeah.
do that. Okay, good luck to our speakers.
Good luck. Yes, over to you, Madam Deli.
Okay, so is my screen shared?
Yeah, that's fine. You can see
Okay,
it pretty well.
good afternoon, dear committee members. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends from different areas of Tunisia. Happy Ramadan to all of you. I'm so happy to have you join us today, and I'm really also honored to co-present today's webinar with Mr. Hassan Jmail. So today we are hopefully going through the basics of creations that power up learning with Kahoot and Quizlet. So I am going to start by giving you a brief idea about our objectives as well as the content of our session for today. So for the objectives, so by the end of this training session, we will be able to figure out what a Kahoot is, create a Kahoot, host a live Kahoot with questions on a big screen, share it with remote players, and finally join a Kahoot with a pin provided by the host, okay, with questions on your device, okay? So you have finally join a Kahoot with a pin provided by the host and answer questions on your device, okay? As for the summary, today we are hopefully going to have 5 parts. So part number 1, I am going to try to define Kahoot and then try to share some Kahoot samples which I have created for my prep school students. Part number 2, creating a Kahoot account, hosting and joining a Kahoot quiz, which will be presented by Mr. Hassan Jmail. Part number 3, it will be for you, dear audience. It's time for practice. You are going to create your own Kahoots. You try to make some screenshots, which later on you are going to post them on a Padlet, which is a web wall that later on I am going to share it in the chat box. So you are going to show us your contributions. Part number 4, you are going to join a Kahoot, which is hosted by myself and Mr. Jmail Hassan. It will be an assessment Kahoot, so I advise you to be very attentive during this training session. And part number 5, it will be a Quizlet, which will be presented by Mr. Hassan Jmail. Okay? Okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, I am going to start by defining Kahoot. Number 2, trying to talk about the devices we need to host the quiz. Number 3, discovering ways to play a Kahoot, and finally discovering the two basic websites related to this quiz. Okay, so what is a Kahoot? As you know, nowadays learning has become fun with the help of many existing tools and applications that are available in our virtual world. So Kahoot is one of them. Kahoot is a free web-based game learning platform that serves as a means for learning through exciting games and quizzes. It makes learning fun and engaging for students and teachers, businesses, families, and friends. At school, Kahoot can be used for any subject, any level, any age, and with any device. We can use Kahoot to review content at class and home, to break the ice and reward the class, to run formative assessment, and to engage students via distance learning. Now, I am going to talk about the devices needed to host your Kahoot. So once the Kahoot is created and ready to be hosted in class, we need the following devices. So number one, as you can see, we need desktops or laptops. We need an OHP, which is an overhead projector, to be able to project the Kahoot questions, the answer keys, and the student scoreboard on a screen. We need a Wi-Fi router because it's an online platform. And finally, cell phones. And these cell phones are meant to be used outside the classroom because, as you know, they are strictly banned in our classroom. So here the teacher can assign a Kahoot as a challenge or a homework so the pupil can use their smartphones at home and not in class. Okay? So, and here I would like to tell you personally what I do. Because first of all, so I create my Kahoot. Number two, I try to manage and plan the time and the place where my Kahoot is going to be hosted. Because as I told you, it's an online web platform. So number one, either I collaborate with the computer science colleagues in my school who allow me to have access to the computer science lab when it is available, of course. So they provide me with internet connection and all the assistance that I need. And here I play the game player versus player individually. So each pupil will have his own desktop and he can join us and play the Kahoot. Or in case the labs are not available, so I simply host it in my class during the third hour. So what I do, honestly speaking, I bring my own fly box to the class. And then I bring my own laptops. I bring some laptops from the school administration, as well as from my friends and colleagues like animators. And here I would like, honestly speaking, to thank them so much because they lend me their laptops, Mrs. Thuraya Al-Garmesi, Mrs. Hajr Al-Mhiri, Mrs. Najat Jaballi. So really a big thanks to them. So once I have all these devices, so I divide my group into 2 or 3 smaller groups, okay? And I switch the game to team mode, okay? So let me show you now ways to play the Kahoot. So there are 2 main ways. Either you play it live, so everyone plays at the same time and questions and answers are shown on screen. As you can see here on my left, player mode, pupils are in the computer science lab. And on the left, it's team mode. Okay, so here during the third hour, yes, here you can see the pupils, the data show or the OHP, my computer, the questions which are shown on the board. Okay. Now I'm gonna share with you my video. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it.
It's without sound, I'm afraid, Mrs. Deli. We cannot hear the sound. Mrs. Deli, can you hear me? It's without sound. Do you realize that?
I think Mrs. Daly forgot to take the share audio option when she shared her screen at the beginning.
She told me about that point, and I think she has activated it, but
Excuse me?
Mrs. Daly?
Yes?
So we couldn't hear the sound.
So let me try again. Shall I stop the sharing and repeat it, or?
Yeah, I think you need to stop sharing altogether and pay attention when you share again to take the share audio option.
Yes, okay. Let me just, okay, so I'll stop the sharing. And yes. Okay. Okay.
For the moment, we can see the sound of the clicks on your desk.
Yes.
So here you are. The code is 9943822. I have some pupils who have joined. Jihad, Sarah, Ismail. Yes, good, okay? So here we can see the results. Ismail is ranking first.
Okay.
Yeah, that was fine. Okay.
So this is that was the first way, live game. The second way, it's Kahoot challenges. So the teacher assigns challenges as self-paced Kahoots or as homework or review. They can be played at any time from everywhere. Pupils can have access to them as many times as they want. And personally speaking, when I assign Kahoot as an activity for homework, I just switch off the timer question. This is an option in Kahoot because here I am not testing their speed, but I am rather testing their accuracy. So there is no need for the timer question, for the question timer. Okay. So now this is when I assign it as a challenge. So as you can see here, my Google Classroom. So this is 9th formers. I post the challenge in my group. So pupils join the Kahoot. As you can see here, my pupils, they have joined the challenge, 17 players. It was about the present perfect quiz. This is for 9th formers. So my pupils, so after teaching the lesson, of course, in class, so I prepare my Kahoot and I post it in Google Classroom, okay? And they join the challenge. Okay, and here, as you can see, at the end of each game, what is good about this game is at the end of each game, we have a platform that displays a report summary. You will find all the stats, how many students played, how many questions there were. You can identify questions that were the most difficult. You can also see names of students who need help based on their results. So all this will give me or give you valuable insights into what questions or topics might need reteaching, okay? So now let me talk about the websites. Whenever you assign a Kahoot, pay attention that there are two main websites, kahoot.com. this website here is meant to create your account and you start creating your personal Kahoots. And Kahoot.8, you insert a game generated by the Kahoot creator and you play the Kahoot, okay? So whenever you want to play a Kahoot, you join Kahoot.8. But for the teachers who want to create their Kahoot, they have to join Kahoot.com. By the way, pupils don't need to create to have a Kahoot account. Okay, they simply they simply write Kahoot.8 and they join the game with the pin given by the teacher. Okay, so now let me share with you some samples of the Kahoot that I have created for the 7th formers. Time for lunch. I have created, this is the cover image of my Kahoots. Okay, so Ali's house. Okay, I have also created vocabulary. It's meant to assess vocabulary. Yeah, for the 9th formers, it's a grammar quiz. Later on, I will give you the link in the chat box. I will share it. It was about the present perfect. Pollution, okay, as well as functions. Here we can also create a Kahoot to check a function, okay? So now this is how the Kahoot looks from the inside, okay, the activity, if I may say so. So we can assess our pupils on any subject, grammar, vocabulary. So here we have prepositions of place. For example, you can see the cover image, you can see the sentence, there is a vase, the bookcase. So pupils have to click on the right answer, in, on, at, off. You can see here at 17 seconds, this is the time allocated to each activity. Okay, and this is, by the way, one type of the Kahoot, multiple choice. You can see also tenses, adverbs used for the present perfect. Okay, so you can also create a Kahoot. And then spelling. Okay, check your spelling. This is a Kahoot. True, false. This is the second type of the Kahoot, true, false. As an example, check your spelling. This is a nice carpet, and we have seen that with the 7th formers. So pupils have to decide whether it's true or false. Vocabulary, again, 7th form, Peter Johnson is Ali's guest, father, brother, teacher. So they have the time and they have to click on the right answer. Word order assessment. Remember the adverbs of frequency that we have taught our pupils with the present perfect. So they have to put the adverb in the right place. So this is also can be done with Kahoot. Assessing grammatical functions. Okay, for the 8th formers, can we meet tomorrow afternoon? Is it arranging a meeting, inviting, arranging a party, refusing invitation? So pupils have to click on the right answer. And then what I've done lately, it's film assessment. You know that in our program for the 9th formers, in module number 5, lesson 4, we have time for let's watch a film, and we have Finding Nemo. So I think it's it's time to update this movie, if I may say so. So I have chosen Akila and the Bee. Okay, so I projected the film in class during the 3rd hour. So my pupils watched the movie and I split the movie into 2 parts. And then I have created a Kahoot, Akila and the Bee. Okay, as you can see here, pupil joined, classic mode, player versus player. And on the left, you can see the results. Okay, we have the winners. Okay, Maryam, Noor, and Aya. So they have joined the Kahoot. Okay, so let me now talk about the advantages. So Kahoot improves classroom dynamics and creates a safer, more positive learning environment. It increases students' participation, engagement, and motivation. It also proves a great teacher-student and student-student interaction. It has effectively reduced student frustration level and the stress about the fear of formative assessment in the traditional method. And finally, it's a lively and energetic platform that has become very successful in reducing monotony and boredom among our students. And I am sure that you are aware of our pupils, how they look and how they feel in the classroom. They are really bored, and I think that they are unwilling to learn. There is too much monotony and boredom. Okay, so conclusion: Kahoot As the name suggests, it's a magical and game changer tool in the field of education. It is no less than a reformer or facilitator in both the teachers and the students' lives. It is a tool that is loved by all as it guarantees engagement, participation, motivation, and joy amongst the students through making learning fun. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you very much to you, Madam Deli, for its good elaboration and explanation. This is your part, your turn. So are you going to move to Si Hassan, please?
Yes.
So shall I stop sharing my screen?
Yes.
I don't know the way you organize it.
Hassan, what do you think?
As you like, you can just keep changing.
Is your part included in this section?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so just keep moving.
Okay. So
Can you assign me as a presenter, Mr. Kamal?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Just a second.
okay.
Done.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Great. So thank you very much, Mrs. Deli, for this detailed introduction. And for now, we'll move on to second step, the second part of this presentation, which is creating. It's about how to create a free Kahoot account. So I'll go step by step. I hope that my voice is clear and you can hear me.
Yeah, that's good.
Very good. So, as I said, I'll go step by step. So for those who don't know Kahoot, they can follow the steps now, or maybe they can do it later at their own pace. So, as Ms. Deli mentioned a few minutes ago, she said there are two links to use Kahoot. So first, Kahoot.com. If you for teachers to create their Kahoots, and Kahoot.it to join a game. For now, we need to type Kahoot.com, the search bar, as you can see here on the top. So once you type Kahoot.com, you will come to this page, and obviously you will go to sign up to create your account. So the first step is to hit the sign up button here, as you can see on the top, the right hand side, the top of the page. So once you hit the sign up button, then you will come next page, please. Yes. Yes, you'll come to this page. So here you have to choose your account type. So we have four different types. So the teacher, the student, the personal, and the professional. Obviously, you choose the teacher account type. Then, next step, Deli. Yes. So the next step here, you have to specify whether you work in a school, a higher education institution, or in a school administration. So mostly they will choose the school one. So please, you choose the school. And then here you have to type your email. So whether you'd like to sign up with your email, or you have another options like sign up with your existing Google or Microsoft account. So make sure also you choose a secure password. Then you will come to this page, and here you have to choose the free version, the basic, the first one, which is highlighted here, so that you can use Kahoot for free, of course. Otherwise, you can upgrade from here in this step, or later if you want to unlock other features or more features. But I tell you, the free version is more than enough as a beginning, and then later you can upgrade if you want to unlock the other features. So next.
Sorry to interrupt you, Hassan.
Yes.
Sorry. I didn't find the free option.
So let's go steps back. Ms. Deli, please. Can I don't know if I can. No.
No,
Ms. Deli,
I'm trying to sign up, but there is no
yes.
free option. All of them are okay.
Yeah, you go scroll down, and you will find it the basic version. Just scroll
basic.
down.
Okay, that's.
Yeah,
thank
basic,
you so
yes.
much. So sorry for the interruption.
Thank you. So so we reach this step. Once you this step is completed, then you move on. Please stop me if I'm going fast. Our goal is that by the end, everybody creates an account and enjoys Kahoot.
Mr. Hassan, maybe colleagues can just try at the same time in case they face difficulties. They can stop you anytime and ask a question like Dr. Zainab. It's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
So once the 4 steps I previously mentioned, so the sign up, I will briefly sum it up. So first you have to click the sign up, and then you choose the teacher, account type, then school. Then of course you enter your email and a secure password, or you can alternatively use the Microsoft or Google accounts. Then the basic version, choose the basic version, it's for free. And the 6th step is to fill out some additional information in the welcome screen. So this is the welcome screen, the screen that you can see now, that's the welcome screen. So you can enter your name, username, the country, you can choose, select your country from the scroll down menu, the school name. So these are optional. If you want, you can simply skip this step. Otherwise, you can fill in and hit save and continue. Yes. And now, by clicking save and continue, you are in. So here, now you are in, already in, so you are in Kahoot. So this is the screen that you will see. So, have you reached this step? Dr. Dami, have you reached the step? Are you in?
No, indeed. Okay. I've abandoned the idea. Okay, I will follow you, and that's all. Okay.
Okay. So
I couldn't find it. I couldn't reach this step. They demanded the number of my Visa card, and okay, so
yeah. Why not give them?
No, because you selected the paid version.
No problem. Free trial. I selected free trial, but it didn't work, I think. It's okay, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Si Hassan, does it work if you choose professional?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to draw our colleagues' attention that the session is being recorded, so maybe later on, if you don't manage to follow the tutorial right now, you can catch up later on.
Yes, sure. Okay.
No,
I mean, Si Hassan, if you choose professional.
Yes, it is.
So it's free version as well?
Yes, there is always a free version plus the paid one. And also, when you select the free version, you can upgrade at any time if you want to unlock more features. Right?
Okay, so you may continue, Si Hassan, and then they will just watch it at their own pace and practice it.
Okay. Now, I'll talk now about the top navigation bar where you can see Kahoot, Home, Discover, Library, Reports, Groups. So before we create a Kahoot, I want to talk about these, about the navigation bar here and what we can find in these options here. So first, the Discover here, if you hit Discover, here you can find a high quality Kahoot. So for busy teachers, for those who don't have time to create their own Kahoots from scratch, they can hit the Discover in the navigation bar, and they will find more than 60 million Kahoot ready-made, ready to use Kahoot. So I don't know if I can share my screen here. So yes.
Toy.
Yes.
If you are going to share, so Mrs. Daly needs to stop sharing. Okay, okay.
Okay, so I'll stop sharing my screen, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. No. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Very good. Brilliant. So so here I'm in my Kahoot. You can see my name, my profile picture, and everything. So I talked about the navigation bar, the home, the Discover library. So I talked about Discover, where you can find ready to use Kahoot. So let me click here. And here you can see there are Kahoots from premium partners like National Geographic, Disney, Marvel, Kaplan. There are Kahoots from Academy verified educators. There are Kahoots from Top Picks. So this is a collection by Kahoot Academy premium partners and verified educators. So if I click, for example, let me choose just one, this one, for example, here, recommended by Kahoot. So you can see this is a Kahoot about active and passive voice. You can see the questions. So I can simply duplicate this Kahoot and use it and with my share it with my students, or I can edit if I add more questions or edit the answer alternatives. It's possible, or I can simply play it immediately if it is fine for my students. So this is the Discover. I can also write or type in the search bar here. You can see search, find me a Kahoot about, for example, let me write English furniture, just an example, and press OK. And look, you can find thousands of Kahoots ready to be used, like furniture, English furniture. There are Kahoots created even by renowned institutions like Cambridge, Oxford, and renowned teachers. So you can simply use them if you don't have time to create your own Kahoots. That's an example. I click here. So this is a Kahoot made of 12 questions. Okay. I can, as I said, you can edit or play the Kahoot immediately if it is fine. All right. So this is for the Discover, which, as I said, you can find more than 60 million ready-to-use Kahoot. Now, so we talked about using the ready-to-use Kahoot. Now let's create our own Kahoot. How to do that? Simply click on Create here. Create on the top right-hand side. So if you click on that button here. Sorry. Sorry, it is too slow.
It's okay. Maybe the internet is a bit slow.
Yeah.
It's loading.
Yeah. So in this step, I will explain how to create a Kahoot from scratch. So how to do this? So the welcome screen, and then hit create on the top right-hand side. So you simply come to this and you hit create. And now you have this screen. All you need to do is to choose a title for your Kahoot. Or you simply start typing the questions. So, for example, I want to, it's English, let's say, furniture or animals, whatever. And if here there are other options, save to Kahoots. Later you will find it in library. We'll talk about this. Choose the language. If you want to share it, visibility. If you want it to be only you or everyone, of course, if Kahoot is about sharing, it's better to choose everyone. And other options like the lobby music and the lobby video. Done. And here we'll start typing the questions. For example, for furniture, here English furniture, you can simply choose a picture and then give some answer alternatives, or you can type a question, or you can choose a question from the question bank. Okay, let's upload an image from a library. Arts. So we have here most popular animals, arts, business, food, drink. So let's use the easy things. So I can find the furniture here, or I can type it furniture, but sometimes they are locked. So you have to upgrade. That's why they push you to upgrade. So as you can see here, most of them, you can see the crown means this picture. If you want to get this picture, you have to upgrade. Otherwise, you can. There is always a way. You can scroll down until you find the picture you're looking for, or you can simply find it in Google. You find you write try to find the piece of furniture that you want to use in your test, and then download the photo in your desktop and upload it again. So go for, I want to, since it's hard to find the furniture, a picture for furniture. So to save time, let's do something else. Let's practice, for example, regular verbs, grammar, and then you hit done, and you write what is the past of verb to. Just an example. So, and then you write the options here. Did, and then you have to select the right answer. So this is the correct answer. So did. I don't know anything. Okay. So this is if you want to create the question yourself. Otherwise, I can find this question from in the question bank. So I just copy this and go to question bank and type it here. What is the past of verb to do? And I'll have a wide range of questions. What is the past tense of verb to like? What is the past tense of verb to be? So similar questions, or for example, this is a similar question. What is the past tense of the verb to do? So I can use this one. Close. And immediately I'll find this selected question here in my test. So in my quiz. Here's the question. So what is the past tense of verb to do? I have the alternatives are there. It is the right answer is selected. So it is fine. It is ready to use. I can duplicate this question. I can make a copy of this same question instead of rewriting the whole question and alternatives. I can duplicate, or I can find another question if I want to ask another question. So here in the question bank again. What is the internet is very slow here. What is the past? Again, here I can select the question that matches my student's level and the point that I want to assess and practice. For example, add this question. Close. So here I have two questions. I can delete the first one. Delete. So I have two questions. 1, 2. Again, here I have other options. If you can see here on the right side, the time limit. So you can choose, depends on your student's level. You can set 5 seconds for this question. If it is easy. If it is challenging and difficult, you can go to 30 seconds and even more. Not 1 minute if it is very difficult. So 20 seconds or 30 seconds is fair. So you just here also you have points. You can if it is a simple question, you go standard. If it is a challenging question or difficult question, you go double points. So it's very difficult questions. Those who get it right, they get double points or no points if you decide so. That's it. And then you create, then of course you create as many questions as you want. You can import also spreadsheet, but mostly you can type or find your questions in the question bank. Then you hit done. So it says here, yeah, the Kahoot is ready to be played, and you create done. So here you'll find your Kahoots, all the Kahoots that you created, you'll find them here in the library. So we talked about the Discover, where you can find more than 60 million ready to use Kahoots. Then library is the place where you can find your own Kahoots, the Kahoots that you have created. So you can see here irregular verbs, the one that we just created. I created other Kahoots. Here you can see I used them with my students. So here it's time to play. If you want to share this Kahoot with your students, you simply click play. So here, Mrs. Saida and Mrs. Deli talked about this point. You can choose a way to play this Kahoot, whether teach or assign. So what is the difference between teach and assign? So teach, it's a live Kahoot. You can use it in distance learning or face-to-face. Then you can rely on an overhead projector. If it is distance learning, then you have to use a platform like Microsoft Teams or any other platforms like Zoom or Team or Google. So assign is if you want your students to do the Kahoot or self-paced learn. This is part of the self-paced learning. So you assign, you give, for example, let's click here. You can see you have to assign a date. So the students should complete this quiz or test Tuesday, 20th of April at 12, or you can change the time here, 10 a.m. There are some options here. The question timer, if you want to set it on or off. Randomize the answer order, on, off, and the nickname generator. So this is for self-paced learning. If it is live, like now, you just click play, teach. So it's too slow, but yes. Now you can see here, your Kahoot is now loading. You simply choose classic because this is layer. Every player, every student plays on his own. Otherwise, there is another option which is team mode. So they play in teams. Here there are some options, game options. If they want them to create nicknames. So this is the friendly nickname generator. So to avoid inappropriate nicknames. Show questions and answer on players' devices. because most of the time, if when you play Kahoot live, the questions will be displayed on the teacher's screen, or the overhead will be projected if it is face-to-face. Otherwise, if it is a distance using a platform like Zoom or Teams, you make sure that you share the screen using this platform. So you click, once the options are set, then you click Classic, and then it is ready to, the students and players are ready to join. They simply, so the pin is loading now. The pin is loading. Yes, here's the pin. So the good thing about Kahoot is that students and participants don't need to create an account. The teacher is the only one who is supposed to create an account. The participants just they just have to type kahoot.it and enter the pin. The pin that I'm talking about is the one here, the numbers that you can see, 2502701. For example, if you want to try this one, you just use your mobile phone, smartphone, and you type kahoot.it. Let's try this one. So please go to kahoot.it. Or if you want, you can download the Kahoot application. Yes, we can see Muaz here. Okay. Who else wants to join? You simply type kahoot.it, and then you type then you enter the pin. The pin that I'm talking about is this one here on the top, 2502701. So we'll play again later, but this is just a demonstration. Once your students are here, so for example, if you have 15 students, 20 students, you wait until all of them join, and then you click start. I always want to change the music because it's annoying one. So you can change the music from here, or you can make it, you can mute it. You can mute it by like this, or you change the music. I prefer adventure. Okay, so we can say see here Dunya, Dream, Kamal, Shadia, Muaz. So I have five participants in this game, and then as I explained, the question will be displayed on the screen, and you will have only the answers. So Sarah also joined. So it's just a trial. Let's start now. I'll click start. So you can see here. So this is the first question. What is the past tense of the verb to do? And you can choose the answer relying on the colors. So red, blue, yellow, and green. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yes. So we have 5 correct answers and 1 wrong. Then you hit next. Question number 2. What is the past tense of shake? You see, sometimes 30 seconds is too much, so better 20, 10. Depends on the level of your students. So again here, so 4 answered or got the right answer, and 2 wrong answers. So next, and here you will see the podium. So it's fun game, so challenging, and students really enjoy the game, especially when they see their names. Soraya got the first place. So now let's go back to the home page. So we talked about the Discover, the library, where you can find your Kahoots. There is something here in your library. The recent is the recent Kahoots that you have created. Drafts, for example, if you started working on a Kahoot and you couldn't finish, so you will find it in the draft. So I have, for example, here 2 drafts. Okay. Favorites. What is favorite? For example, if I want to, for example, go to Discover again, and let's go to Premium Partners or Disney, and I'll pick up some Kahoot from here. So you simply here, look, so I chose one, the active and passive voice, and by clicking here on the star, this Kahoot will go to your favorites. Okay, look. So I click this here, and I star. So look, active and passive voice has been removed from your favorites. If I click again, so has been added to your favorites. So if I go to library, yes, and you can see here there is something called favorites, and here I'll find the Kahoots that I chose or starred. I marked as favorite. Okay, I can use them. And I play them with my students. Shared with me. So, if, for example, if I create a Kahoot and I want to share it with Mr. Kamal, so Mr. Kamal, when he logs into his account and go to this shared with me, he'll find the Kahoot that I have shared with him. So shared with me. So I have no Kahoots shared with me. All right, reports. So I'll talk about reports, which is very important here. These are statistics after the game. So it's not only a game. We want to know, it's an assessment. So we want to know about our students. So for example, the last game we played, the regular verbs. So here I can open so this is the statistics, the report. I simply click here to open. Okay, so here you can see 56% of the participants responded well, so it is well played, 56% correct. 8 players participated. The test or the quiz has 2 questions, and the time spent 4 minutes. All right, there are no difficult questions. Very good. So great job. But if I go to other reports, yes, just want to give you an example of difficult questions. Yes, here. Revision, for example, let's go to this one. 28, open. I use this with my students here. So we can see here the overall percentage, 40% correct answers. So 28 players, 10 questions, the whole test, and the time spent 9 minutes. So here I have 4 difficult questions. So here it's very this option is very good. So it tells the teacher that either he has to rephrase the question or to reteach the point mentioned. So for example, if I open here, see all 4, I can see that only 14% of the students who participated provided the correct answer. Most of the students gave or provided wrong answers. So here, either the question is not clear or very difficult, doesn't fit the student's level, or the point is not clear, so I have to reteach it. So you can see here, so less than 35% correct answers. If a question is labeled as difficult, means that less than 35% of the students answered it correctly. Okay, so we can see here 32, 36%, 37%, 40%. It won't be labeled as difficult. All right.
Hassan, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
How much time you still need, please?
Yeah, I finished, almost finished. So I.
Okay, thank you. Okay, go ahead then, because the ladies have started worrying about the kitchen.
No. It's I went through all the options here. I talked about Discover, the library, the reports, and now we'll play a Kahoot together. Now let me go to library. I have already created our Kahoot just for this webinar, jointly with Mrs. Deli. So we'll play this Kahoot together. Teach. Classic. So as I explained, so please go to kahoot.it. So this is the end of webinar quiz. So please do join. It's about the details that we talked about, the ins and outs that we talked about during this webinar. The pin is, as you can see, 1224362. Mr. Kemal?
Yes, Mr. Hassan.
How many participants do we have all in all here?
22.
So please, we want the 22 participants here in this game, so that we practice all together.
So actually, no idea about the devices they are using, but please do join. Just type in.
Yes.
Now, I hope that all colleagues, all participants join this game, because it's meant to assess the session, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So it's easy, just go to, even if you are using your computers, just type in the address kahoot.it.
Whatever the device, Mr. Kemal, whatever the device, whether it is a computer, a smartphone, you just to Google, type kahoot.it, and you enter the PIN 1224316.
We almost have half of them now.
Yes.
Okay, 13 players.
13 participants. Very good.
We'll wait more seconds, 30 seconds if you want.
Kahoot is a very user-friendly, so it's very easy to use, very easy to create an account, very easy to create a quiz or a game. So, and believe me, it's very engaging. I used Kahoot.
It's funny, and each one enjoyed it.
Mr. Kemal, you taught here in Gulf countries, and you know the students, especially Saudi, in Saudi Arabia, how they are reluctant and lazy and very low achievers. And believe me, it worked very well with them. I was very surprised when I used the Kahoot in the classroom with my students. All of them.
I guess that they are keen on technology, and they are motivated. They want to use it, so it's one of the ways to motivate them.
Even those students who used to sleep in the class, they were really eager and excited about the game, and they begged me to
keep working on
the game again and again, you know.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yes. So we have 15 participants so far, 16, very good.
Yeah. So we may start, Hassan, if you want.
Yes, we can start. So we have 16 participants. I will just click start here. Start.
Okay.
I call it end of webinar. So 3, 2, 1, go. So the first question is, what is Kahoot? Is it a game-based learning platform, a presentation software, graphics software, or animation software? Very good. We have 13 correct answers and only one wrong answer. So next. So it's about accuracy and also about speed. So the faster you are, the more points that you will get at the end. So next. So here is a true or false. So Kahoot is free for teachers and their students. True or false? So 12 correct answers. So we can see here new faster participants. So students need to create an account to enter a learning game on Kahoot. Do the students need to create an account? True or false? False. So students do not need an account. Next. Which of these can't you do with Kahoot? Introduce new topics, review content, run formative assessment, assign collaborative writing projects. Which of these can't you do with Kahoot? So the correct answer is assign collaborative writing projects. So for assigning collaborative writing, you can use Google Docs, but not Kahoot. Yes, Mrs. Lama, I got the first place here. Next. How many ways are there to play a Kahoot? 1, 2, 3, or 4? How many ways are there to play Kahoot? Yes, so only 2 ways. Either you assign or you play live Kahoot, or you assign it so the students they can play on their own pace. So still, Ms. Lama is on the first place. The last question: did you enjoy this webinar on Kahoot? So this is a way to use Kahoot as a poll to see the view and opinion of your participants or the view opinion of your students. So most of you enjoyed, so that's a good thing. Thank you. Next. So let's see who got the first place. Sarah got the second place, and the winner is, yes, Miss Lama. Congratulations.
Yeah, dinner at her home.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Lama. Okay.
Congrats, Mrs. Lema. Congrats.
Yes. So you can see how it is fun, how it is engaging.
It is.
As you can see, the percentage here, you can download the report, or you can see the full report. So here's a 57% correct answers. So we have one difficult question, which is which of these can't you do with Kahoot? So either I have to re-talk about this point, reteach as a teacher, or maybe rephrase the question so it is simpler for the students and participants. So that's it. Thank you very much. I can, Ms. Deli, if you want to add anything about Kahoot, so go ahead, please.
Okay, I think that's all because it's kitchen time. I hope you enjoyed our training session for today and wish you the best. Okay. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Thank you very much for both of you. That was really informative and very funny. We enjoyed it. So we appreciated it. I guess that all colleagues share the same attitude, and it's, now they are just reacting and they are happy about the session. Just before concluding and giving some just a couple of minutes to colleagues to ask some questions, a reminder concerning Quizlets, Hassan, if you don't mind. We are going to delay it for the next webinar.
Yes, I noticed that we don't have time, enough time, especially in
There's
Ramadan.
no time left. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. So we'll arrange for another session because initially it was meant to be on more than one session, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll arrange it together. And now maybe just a couple of minutes for colleagues who want to react or to ask some questions. Please feel free to unmute your microphones and say a word. Mrs. Lama, also, you may interact if you want.
Just one more point, Mr.
Yes,
Kamel.
please.
As you can see with the free version, you can only create multiple choice questions or true and false. If you want to unlock other features, for example, use the puzzle, the slide, the type answer, the open-ended question, unfortunately, you have to upgrade your account and unlock the other features. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Yes, please.
I just wanted to thank Mr. Jmail and Mrs. Daly. We really enjoyed the session a lot, and I see a lot of positive feedback in the chat box. So it's not just students and teenagers who enjoy playing, you see. We all like to play. It's always, I mean, a pleasure to participate in such game. So thank you very much, both of you. And inshallah, we'll have you in our future events and have other games. Inshallah, I'll be the winner.
You will.
Thank you very much, both of you.
Yes, thank you. So any more questions, please? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording, by the way.